Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on another video. Welcome or welcome back to Budgeting Over 40. I'm Melissa, and in this video I'm going to do the monthly budget for May 2025. Let's jump in. All right, you guys, I appreciate you so much for being here. We're going to jump right in and talk about what I expect or do or budget forecast for the month of May. Now, from what I can see from my pre-plan is that May is going to be a very tough month because we're coming out of April, which is a tough month, which we came out of March, and that was also a tough month. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to see how the numbers are going to work out here. I usually go in and do the paycheck budgets for you guys to see, but I still need to sit down and map it out for it to work for us. So until I have that figured out, I'm just going to do the monthly budget section of it right now. And then I will come back later on and do another video showing you guys how I'm going to break down the paychecks. And I think I'm going to do a little bit, something a little bit different with that, but you guys will see when I come back to do that video. So for income in the month of May, I'm not planning to roll over anything from the month of April because, like I said, April is a very tough month and I can't see or foresee having any money that's coming from this month to go into the month of May. And for my income, I'm going to budget $6,129. That is going to be two paychecks in the month of May, plus the SSI benefits that comes in every month. That is lumped into my income. And then I'm going to do $3,000, the usual from hubby. Now, miscellaneous or transfers, I'm not going to budget for anything. If it comes in, it's going to roll right into the budget and it will be a good crutch for us to help us throughout the month. But I'm not going to put it in because I don't want to, I guess, overshot it and inflate the amount of income that we're getting because we may not get any additional money. So the total income that we're going to be working with in the month of May, as far as it looks right now, is $9,129. Now let's jump down into the fixed expenses because things are about to change, you guys. So rent, that's going to stay the same at 2,500. Electric has gone up. For some reason, it looks like we have used too much energy or more energy than they're billing for because my monthly budget billing was $107, but they did send me notice that they recalculate the budget billing and it's going up to $134 for the month of May. HP Inc. I did change the subscription, so I do have the $6 plan. It may be a little bit more with taxes, but I only budget for $6. We'll see how we get through in the month of May with that amount. Peloton, I am going to pause that because I can't fit it into the budget. Google Cloud, $3. Car insurance is going to be $238 for the month of May. Renter's insurance, I don't have anything due until September, so let's do 0. And braces. You guys, I can't believe it. So I did take my son back to the orthodontist earlier this week, so I am doing this video on April 23rd. I think I did take him back to the orthodontist on, I don't remember what date it was in April, but it wasn't long ago. It was within the last week, and they did come up with the plan for phase 2. So I have to budget again for his braces in the month of May. Now it's going to be a little bit more expensive than what I was paying before. So before I was ranging about $164 per month, but now it's going to go up to $230. Now what we have found out is that all his adult teeth are in. My son is 10. All his adult teeth are in, but his mouth is overcrowded and he has a slight overbite. So they're looking to correct that. And because his mouth is overcrowded with his adult teeth, some of his teeth are growing on the outside of, where the other teeth are. So they're going to do the braces. They're going to do top and bottom. The last time he had braces was only on the top, and they did a spacer to expand his palate. They won't have to do that again, but they're going to do top and bottom, and eventually that's going to help with the overbite. And maybe the orthodontist is trying not to pull any of his adult teeth but we're going to see how it works. But like I said, right now, I think it's about $230 for the monthly installment that we're going to have to pay each month for the next 24 months. So the last one I was paying for 12 months. Now this one is going to go for 24 months. So we're just going to have to figure this out. But anyway, $230 is what I'm budgeting. iCloud storage is $10. SiriusXM is 8. Cell phone, it may not be this much, but we did go to Jamaica in the month of April. You guys will hear about that when I do the April monthly spending report. And I didn't use my cell phone, but who knows what roaming charges T-Mobile is going to charge me. But right now I'm going to budget $288 only because our bill right now for the month of April is 200 and just about $88. So I'm going to budget the same and hope it comes in less than that so we have more money to play with. Internet, I'm budgeting 89. Amazon Prime is 17. Child support is 526. After school is 160. And for the total fixed expenses, that's everything that we have to pay per month, excluding debt, is $4,209 even. Now, as you can see, I do budget using round numbers. A lot of these are not round numbers when the actual bill gets charged, but that's how I budget using the round numbers so it looks a little bit easier. Now we're going to move down into debt. Things are going to change because the budget has been tight and things has not been going our way. We have been getting thrown a lot of curveballs in 2025, and I'm just trying to work through it. I'm trying not to give up. I'm trying not to lose hope. I'm just trying to do what we can do until we can do better. So the credit card minimums are going to change. Before I had $218 for our total credit card minimum, excluding the amount that I was putting for the snowball, but we're going to change that. We're going to actually pay all the minimum payments that were billed. So for my Apple card, it's $25 per month. For my Mattress Firm card is 67, and my next credit card is the Discover that I did the balance transfer on. They finally did a close of the statement, and it's going to cost me 100 and I think $66. So the total that I do have to pay for credit card minimums is going to be $258 in the month of May. Student loan is $40. Auto loan is $940. Personal loan is $1,690. There are two of those. And the snowball, I'm not putting anything here because I don't think we'll be able to do any of that in the month of May. So that's a total of $2,928 even. And we're left with $1,992 to budget in the remaining sections. So here for savings, I do have a few sinking funds that I am budgeting for every month. For our car sinking funds, it is $22 per month. For family, I'm only budgeting to put $12 in the month of May. For home, I'm putting an additional $12. And for subscriptions, I'm putting in $26 for a total of $72 in the month of May. It's small, but at least I'll be able to cover some of the expenses that I do know will occur sometime in the future. So if we do get additional monies, we'll be able to put a little bit more to sinking funds, but this is what we can do based on what the budget looks like. Now, in the variable expenses, I've changed things up a little bit. So for car fuel, I'm going to put anything cars outside of the sinking fund. So if we do have to do anything with parking or toll or anything like that, it will come under cars. I am budgeting $200 in the month of May. The next line item that I have here is food, and I am going to lump everything together. This is going to include groceries and consumables, anything that we use in the house that can be consumed, and also the dining out budget is going to be in here. Now, the way things have been going, this amount does not seem like it's going to be enough, but this is what we can do. So I'm going to hope and I'm going to try my best to stay within the $1,000 that I'm budgeting for the month of May. In Given, I'm budgeting 10. My babies, so this is where things are hurting, or it is going to hurt us in the month of May. So I did mention to you guys that I have signed my kids up for camp for the summer. I have been paying an installment. The first installment that was due was $75 per child for the registration fee or to hold the spot. Now, the payment plan is two installments. Each of them is $150, but I have two children that will be going to camp. So it's going to be $300 per child for a total of $600. And this was not something I was prepared for when I was thinking about May. In personal, $60, and in wellness, $50. Total of $1,920. And as you can see, the budget that's remaining is zero. I don't think we're going to need any heating oil in the month of May because I have filled up the tank in April. We just got the oil delivery a few days ago, and I think that will take us through the month of May that we won't have to get any heating oil. As well as propane. I did pay a propane bill in the month of April, so we won't have to worry about that. And everything else, which is reimbursement, unexpected spending, we won't have anything for rollover. So that brings us down to a zero base budget. The full amount of $9,129 was budgeted down to zero. I have given every dollar a job. I'm going to have to figure out the food budget. I know I put $1,000 here, but I'm going to have to try my best to stay within that budget or come in under. So I'm going to have to break out my paper and pencil and I'm going to have to meal plan and stick to the meal plan to be able to stay within this budget. Because, like I mentioned, you guys, 2025, it started off good. January was a good month, but the months following, February, March, and now April, has not been very easy. Let me put it that way. And I did mention to you guys, my birthday is in May, and we did, my sisters and I have been doing a sister birthday trip. I don't think it's happening this year because we just came back from Jamaica because we went for my niece's funeral and we actually extended it because my kids were on spring break. So we extended it a few days, and I'm considering that my birthday trip. So I don't think there's any trips that's going to be happening in May. So as far as I can see, I don't need to budget any extra money in any place because we simply don't have it. So thank you so much for taking the time out to watch. If you haven't done your budget, go ahead and get it going. You have a few days left in April, and I wish you guys all the best in May. I'm hoping we can come in with more income and do a little bit better. So thank you guys, and until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye now.